Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 1 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 1 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter probability and statistics. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that we can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 1 math. The chapter we are on right now is probability and statistics. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is more, less, and equally likely. On which color is the spinner less likely to land? So the spinner has two colors, pink and blue. The smaller has smaller the spinner has smaller blue portion and bigger pink portion. So it will less likely to land on blue because the smaller portion is blue. Got it? The color that is small on the spinner is less likely to land. So here you have the smaller portion, blue is the smaller portion. So the smaller spinner is less likely to land on blue. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. On which color is the spinner more likely to land? On which color is the spinner more likely to land? So the spinner has two colors, green and blue, right? The more portion is green and the less portion is blue. So you have to see on which color is the spinner more likely to land. So it will more likely to land on green. The correct option is green. The correct option is it will more likely to land on green. Option number 2 is the correct option. On which color is the spinner more likely to land? So the more portion is blue. So it will more likely to land on blue. The one that has more portion is more likely to land, and the one that has the smaller portion, the color that has the smaller portion is less likely to land. On which color is the spinner less likely to land? Very good, green. It is the correct option is green. On which color is the spinner less likely to land? More likely to, the more portion of the spinner is pink, so it will more likely to land on pink. On which color is the spinner more likely to land, which is the correct option? It will more likely to land on pink because more portion is pink, so it will more likely to land on pink. On which color is the spinner more likely to land? It will more likely to land on blue because most portion is blue, so it will more likely to land on blue. On which color is the spinner less likely to land? On which color is the spinner less likely to land, which is the correct option? That is yellow. Option number 2 is the correct option. On which color? Oh, less likely it is. The question is less likely, sorry. So less likely land on green. On which color is the spinner more likely to land? On which color is the spinner more likely to land, which is the correct option? More likely to land on green. The correct option is green. Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. On which color is the spinner more likely to land? It will more likely to land on blue. Option number 2 is the correct option. On which color is the spinner less likely to land? Which is the correct option? It will less likely to land on blue. Option number 1 is the correct option. On which color is the spinner more likely to land? So, which is the correct option? More likely to land on yellow. Option number 1 is the correct option. On which color is the spinner less likely to land? It will less likely to land on blue. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is certain, probable, unlikely, and impossible. How likely is it that the spinner will land on a green space? So, which is the correct option? Impossible, because no portion on the spinner is green. Then how it will land on green? Right? No portion is green, so how it will land on green? So that is impossible. The spinner will land on green. Let's just start with the test questions. How likely is that the spinner will land on blue space? The correct option is impossible because no portion of the spinner is blue on the spinner. So the correct option is impossible. Option number one is the correct option. How likely is that the spinner will land on a yellow space? So which is the correct option? Yellow space. Let's just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The total portions are 10. Six of them are yellow. Most portion on the spinner is yellow. So that means it will land on yellow. The correct option is probable. How likely is that the spinner will land on a pink space? But we have. How likely is that the spinner will land on blue space? How likely is that the spinner will land on blue space? So, which is the correct option? Impossible. The spinner has no blue portion, so the correct option is impossible. How likely is that the spinner will land on a yellow space? So, which is the correct option? That is probable. Option number two is the correct option. How likely is that the spinner will land on pink space? Only four of the portions of the spinner are pink. So that means unlikely to land on pink because the smaller portion is pink, so it will unlikely to land. How likely is that the spinner will land on green space, which is the correct option? Certainly it will land on green because all the portions on the spinner are green, so it will certainly land on green. The correct option is green. How likely is that the spinner will land on a blue space? So which is the correct option? That is impossible. Option number 3 is the correct option. How likely is that the spinner will land on pink space, which is the correct option? That is probable it will land on pink because most of the portion on the spinner is pink. How likely is that the spinner will land on green space? That is impossible. The last option is the correct option. How likely is that the spinner will land on pink space? So which is the correct option? The correct option is certainly because all the spinner is pink. So whenever you spin, it will land on pink. So that is certain. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just start with the next lesson. The next lesson is mod and range. What is the mod? So you are given the values that are 8, 6, 7, 7, 6, and 7. So what is the mod? Mod is the number that appears the most often in the given data. So you have to see which number appears most of the time, right? 6 appears 2 times in the given data, 7 appears 3 times in the given data, and 8 appears 1 time. So that means the correct option is 7 because 7 is the number that appears the most of the time in the given data. So that means the mod value is 7. The correct option is 7. Let's just look at the other example. What is the mod 26266? So which is the correct option? 2 appears 2 times and 6 appears 3 times. So that means the mod is 6. Let's just start with the test questions. What is the mod? So you have to see which number appears most of the time in the given data. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 6. 6 is the number that appears the most of the time in the given data. So the correct option is 6. You can see 6 appears 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? So the correct option is 6. Very good. What is the range? So we have to see the range, right? Range is the difference between the greatest and the smallest number given data. And the smallest number in the given data is 1. So their difference is 7 minus 1, and 7 minus 1 is 6. The correct option is difference between the greatest and the smallest number in the given data. So that is 6. What is the mod? The correct option is 1. 1 is the number that appears the most of the time in the given data. What is the range? The greatest number in the given data is 10. And the Smallest number in the given data is 2. So the range is simply the difference of the smallest and the greatest number in the given data. So the range is 8. So the correct option is 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the mod? The correct option is 2. What is the range, which is the correct option? The correct option is 9. What is the range? That is 10 take away 9. The greatest number is 10. The smallest number is 5. So 10 take away 5 is 5. The range is 5. What is the mod? The correct option is 10. The mod is 10. What is the mod? The mod is 6. Option number 3 is the correct option. What is the range? Which is the correct option? That is 9 minus 0. The correct option is yes, 9 it is. Very good. The correct option is 9. What is the mod? Which is the correct option? The mod is 7. The correct option is option number 2. 7 it is. The range is 9 minus 0 is 9. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the mod? The mod is 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 1 math. We were working on the chapter probability and statistics. The lessons we have covered today are more, less, and equally likely, certain, probable, unlikely, and impossible, mod, and range. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework before next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. We I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please write down the questions for which you need help. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.